This path was never meant to turn you into someone who feels nothing or runs away from their feelings. The real goal is figuring out how to walk through difficult times and come out the other side with more strength. You do it by taking one real, honest step after another. Getting past negative thinking does not mean those thoughts will disappear forever. What it actually means is that you have created enough room within yourself to feel what you feel, take a breath, and then decide how to respond. Your feelings become something that guides you instead of controls you. Stop for a second and think about everything you have learned. You now know how to create a sense of calm from inside yourself. You have figured out how to control where your focus goes. You can question the thoughts that used to throw you off track, and you can put names to your emotions so they help you instead of working against you. This is what the real work looks like. It is not about being perfect. It is about getting better at noticing what is happening, thinking things through, and making conscious decisions. You do this every single day. The biggest change happens when these methods stop feeling like things you have to remember to do and start feeling automatic. When they become automatic habits, they turn into a natural part of who you are as a person. True mastery does not get built when everything is going smoothly. It gets built when things are hard. Not when your life feels peaceful, but when you can stay calm and centered even though everything around you is falling apart. That is what the Stoic approach is all about. You become the steady force in your own life. If you are reading this message right now, please share it with others. There might be someone out there who needs to hear this even more than you know. Drop a comment below. What is one thing you are going to commit to doing today to keep your mind steady? Hit the like button, share this post, and subscribe to get more daily lessons about finding clarity, building strength, and discovering peace inside yourself. Here at Stoic Philosophy Daily, we truly believe that one single thought, chosen on purpose, has the power to change where your entire life is headed. So choose your thoughts carefully. First lesson, understand that your mind can create happiness. Most people believe happiness is some kind of prize you have to chase after in the future, something that will arrive later if you work hard enough. But the real truth is much quieter and sits much closer to you than that. Think of your mind like a piano. Every thought you have is like pressing a key on that piano. Hit the right keys, and you can build a feeling of peace, even when chaos is swirling all around you. But if you just let your mind run without paying attention, it will keep playing the same old song over and over again. That song is usually filled with worry, stress, and regret. Imagine yourself sitting alone in a quiet room. In this exact moment, nothing is actually wrong. But then your mind starts telling stories about all the ways you have failed, all the things you should be worried about, and all the mistakes from your past. Your body gets tense. The stress starts building up. Now stop and ask yourself this question. What would happen if you picked a different note to play instead? What if you focused on feeling grateful for the good things you still have? What if you thought about the chance to start fresh? Or what if you just remembered one simple moment that reminds you that life is still moving inside you? The second you shift which thought you are thinking, the heavy emotional weight starts to lighten. Here's something you can try. Tomorrow morning, when your very first thought is asking, what did I not finish? What could go wrong today? Just stop. Take one deep breath. Before your day picks up speed, say to yourself, I am alive. I have been given another chance to get it right. You do not have to force yourself to be ridiculously positive. Just pay attention to what happens to your energy when you stop feeding that downward spiral before it even gets going. This is not just positive thinking or feel-good advice. This is real Stoic discipline based on truly understanding how your mind actually operates. Seneca, the ancient philosopher, said this, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. When you stop putting your attention into thoughts that drain all your energy, happiness stops being something you need to chase down. It starts showing up naturally from a place you already control. Later in your day, when you are tired and everything feels like too much, that same choice shows up again. Are you going to keep replaying all the pressure and urgency in your head? Or will you lift your head up, pay attention to the world around you, and remember a moment that helps you feel grounded? Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, wrote, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The situation around you has not changed one bit. What changed is how you relate to it. The first step toward real happiness is not sitting around waiting for better days to show up. It is choosing a better thought right now, in this exact moment you are living in. At Stoic Daily, we believe that joy is something you can learn, not some secret you stumble upon. And just like any other skill, you practice it every day. You do not discover it once and then have it forever. What is one key on your mental piano that you will choose to play differently tomorrow morning? Share your answer in the comments. Second lesson, take control of your mind before it takes control of you. Picture your mind as a wild horse. It is strong. It is fast. It has so much potential inside it. But it also panics and runs at the smallest unexpected sound. Most people go through their whole lives holding on tight to the reins, just hoping they do not get thrown off when emotions come rushing in. Anger, fear, regret, anxiety. When that horse freaks out, they freak out right along with it. But you are not here to get dragged around. You are here to take charge and steer. Every burst of anger you feel, every wave of panic that hits you, is not some outside force attacking you from the world. It is your mind falling back into old patterns. These are automatic habits that got learned over time. The Stoics figured out something that most people completely miss. Suffering does not get handed to us by the world outside. It starts with the story we tell ourselves about what is happening and how fast we believe that story without questioning it. Ask yourself this question, and be totally honest with your answer. How many times have you snapped at someone in anger or completely shut down because of fear, only to feel regret about it later? Did lashing out at someone ever actually bring you real calm? Or did it just make the knot inside you even tighter? Seneca gave us a clear warning about this. He said that anger, if you do not keep it in check, often ends up causing more damage than whatever originally hurt you in the first place. The feeling of anger passes eventually, but the harm it causes often sticks around much longer. Here's what to try the next time your emotions start running wild. Pause, take one breath, maybe two. Feel that urge to react, but do not give into it yet. Ask yourself quietly, where is this coming from? Is it worth my peace? What would happen if I let it pass instead of feeding it? That single pause is where your real power lives. In that space, old habits loosen their grip and making a choice becomes possible. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if something external troubles you, the pain does not come from the thing itself, but from your judgment of it. And you can erase that judgment at any moment. The situation might stay the same, but the inner storm starts losing its authority. You cannot calm every storm. Life will always bring noise, traffic, careless words, bad days, disappointments. But your calm gets built in those exact moments when you choose not to get dragged. Each breath you take to steady yourself makes the next one easier. Each time you guide your attention back to clarity, resilience quietly grows. Mastery does not mean killing negative thoughts. It means learning to notice them, sit with them, and not let them take control. With practice, you become the anchor in your own storm, the quiet presence in the chaos. You cannot choose every storm, but you always choose how you ride through it. At Stoic Daily, we believe every pause is a chance to take your mind back. Start with one breath. Start now. What is the biggest storm you have learned to ride out, or the one you are facing right now? Share your story below. Third lesson, stop letting your imagination spiral. Your mind is an amazing storyteller, sometimes too good for its own good. When anger, anxiety, or fear shows up, pause and ask yourself, is this coming from what is actually happening right now, or from the story I am spinning in my head? That single question can slow the spiral before it takes control. Most emotional pain does not come from reality itself. It comes from what we imagine reality might turn into. Think about your last anxious moment. Was it rooted in facts or in a mental movie of everything that could go wrong? A short text, an unread message, a delayed reply. Suddenly your mind fills in the blanks with worst-case scenarios. Yet when you look back, how many of those imagined disasters ever actually happened? Almost none. Epictetus said it plainly. Men are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. Your mind is like a filmmaker, brilliant and creative, but often drawn to horror instead of truth. You could be sitting safely at home, yet your heart races as if danger has already arrived. The suffering feels real, but its source is often an illusion created by unchecked imagination. So if your mind can invent terrifying stories, it can also be trained to imagine something steadier. Instead of rehearsing failure, picture yourself handling the meeting calmly and effectively. Instead of replaying conflict, imagine the conversation ending with understanding. This is not naive optimism. It is deliberate training. You are teaching your imagination to support clarity instead of fueling fear. Try this. The next time fear creeps in, quietly tell yourself, this is a story. It has not happened. Do not argue with the thought. Just label it, then let it pass. Notice how your body begins to soften when the story loses its grip. Seneca reminded us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The moment you see the story for what it is, its power starts to fade. Let your imagination serve you, not sabotage you. When you stop building mental traps, you begin to see that even a difficult reality is often lighter than what your mind had predicted. That clarity is real freedom. At Stoic Daily, we believe your mind can become a refuge, not a prison. What story has your imagination been telling you lately? And what happens when you stop believing it? Share below. Fourth lesson. Change the way you define emotions. Every feeling you name is a choice, whether you realize it or not. You wake up to gray skies and a heavy heart. The sky did not ruin your day. The meaning you attached to it did. Pause for a moment. Is rain really a problem? Or is it an invitation to slow down, light a candle, breathe deeper, or share a quiet moment with yourself? The moment you change the label, the feeling changes with it. Most people move through life letting their minds slap quick labels on everything. Bad day. Too anxious. Not enough. The mind becomes a runaway labeling machine, turning neutral moments into storms and simple signals into threats. But emotions are not enemies. They are messages. They tell you something matters. They signal that you are engaged with life, often right at the edge of growth. Try this. The next time you feel nervous before a meaningful conversation, do not rush to call it anxiety. Give it a different name. Call it energy instead. That rush you feel means you actually care about what is happening. Fear is not always a sign of weakness. A lot of times, it shows up when you are pushing yourself into something that makes you grow. Frustration is not the same as failure. It is actually proof that you give a damn about the outcome. When you swap out the label, your body reacts in a completely different way. That same physical sensation becomes easier to handle, more useful to you, and way less overwhelming. The real mistake people make is trying to push emotions down and bury them, hoping that will bring them peace. But the more you battle against them, the stronger and louder they get. Try this right now. Try not to picture a purple tiger. What just happened? It showed up in your mind right away. Emotions operate in exactly the same way. When you resist them, you multiply the suffering they cause. But when you accept them, you change your whole relationship with them. When you stop treating the feeling like an enemy you have to fight, it stops feeling like something that threatens you. The Stoic approach is not about becoming emotionally numb or feeling nothing. It is about getting emotional clarity. You cannot stop waves from forming in the ocean, but you can definitely learn to ride them instead of getting dragged under and drowning. You are not here to kill off your feelings completely. You are here to understand what they mean, give them new definitions that help you, and use them as guides that lead you toward real self-mastery. At Stoic Daily, we believe emotions are messages trying to tell you something, not mistakes you made. When you change what something means to you, you change how you experience it. What feeling have you given a new label to recently, and how did that shift change the rest of your day? Drop your story in the comments below. Fifth lesson, understand how your mind actually works. Your mind is the most advanced and powerful tool you will ever own in your entire life. And yet, it is the one tool that most people never actually learn how to use effectively or operate the right way. Marcus Aurelius cut straight to the heart of it. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And still, most of us go through life getting pushed around and pulled in different directions by our thoughts, without ever pausing to understand how this inner system actually operates. If you ignore your mind and do not pay attention to it, weeds of worry and fear grow wild without anyone stopping them. Old thought patterns get stuck on repeat and keep tightening their grip. The same cycles happen over and over. But when you take care of your mind with real awareness, that same mind becomes capable of sharp focus, clear thinking, and genuine calm. The mistake people make is thinking you can just cut out negative thoughts like you are trimming paper with scissors. The mind does not work that way at all. The harder you fight against an idea, the louder it echoes back at you. Try not to think of a purple tiger right now, and suddenly it fills up your entire vision. Epictetus explained what the real issue is very clearly. He said people are not disturbed by actual things that happen. They are disturbed by the views and opinions they form about those things. Instead of fighting emotions and trying to resist them, try bringing curiosity to them instead. What is this feeling trying to point toward? Maybe fear is asking you to get prepared for something. Maybe anxiety is asking you to slow your pace down. Frustration very often reveals what you actually value most in your life. When you start seeing emotions as feedback your body is giving you instead of seeing them as flaws you need to fix, they stop feeling like enemies. Your mind works like a high-powered car. If you leave it to its own devices without anyone steering, it burns through fuel, swerves all over the place, and reacts to every single distraction that comes along. But with awareness, you become the person driving. Each time you pause and choose an intentional response instead of just having an automatic reaction, you make a new neural pathway in your brain stronger. Over time, that new path becomes your default setting, and clarity starts replacing chaos more often than it used to. The next time your thoughts start spiraling out of control, maybe before a meeting, before a difficult conversation, or during a moment of pressure, pause and take a breath. Ask yourself these questions. Where did this thought actually come from? Is it really as big and scary as it feels right now? Is it worth giving up my sense of peace for this? In that space where you pause, something really important becomes clear to you. Your thoughts are not the same thing as you. They are like weather patterns passing through the sky, and you are the sky itself that holds them. The most life-changing shift is not about fighting your mind like it is your enemy. It is about learning how it actually works and listening to what it is trying to show you. Your mind is not working against you. It becomes your ally the very moment you understand how it operates. At Stoic Daily, we believe every honest question you ask yourself is one step closer to real freedom. What thoughts are shaping your life right at this moment? Are they moving you toward calm or pushing you toward chaos? Share your answer below and take back control of the driver's seat. Sixth lesson. Step back and watch your thoughts. You are not the same thing as your thoughts. That anxious voice talking in your head, that inner critic judging everything you do, those doubts swirling around constantly, they are not you. They are more like weather patterns passing through the sky, or like cars driving along the highway, always moving, never staying still in one place. Most people get completely swept up in every single passing feeling. They chase after each thought like it must be solved immediately or obeyed right away. No wonder they end up feeling exhausted all the time. Real strength starts the exact moment you step back and become the person watching and observing, not the passenger getting carried away. Picture yourself standing on a train platform while thoughts rush past you like trains coming and going. Some of those trains are loud and alarming. Others whisper regrets about the past or warnings about the future. Here's the key. You do not have to get on board every single train that shows up. You can just stand still, watch them pull into the station, watch them leave again, and choose which journey, if any, is actually worth taking. This one simple shift changes anxiety from being a tidal wave that drowns you into something you can just observe without panicking about it. Bring this idea into your real life. You are sitting in an important meeting, and a thought suddenly appears in your mind. What if I mess this whole thing up? Your chest gets tight, your heart starts racing and pounding. Your body reacts like real danger is standing right in front of you. But pause for a second and look closer at what is actually happening. The meeting has not gone wrong yet. The danger only exists inside the story your mind just created and told you. In most situations like this one, it is not actual reality that makes you feel overwhelmed. It is the narrative you are about to buy into and believe. Here is something you can try starting right now. When your mind begins racing and spinning, put a label on what is happening, just like you are standing at your front door sorting through mail. This piece is anxiety. This one is frustration. This one right here is fear. When you put a name on the emotion, you draw a clear boundary around it. What felt like a wildfire spreading everywhere suddenly becomes something contained that you can actually see. The intensity drops way down. Clarity comes back to you. The Stoics grasp this idea instinctively without anyone having to teach them. Awareness always has to come first before mastery can follow. You do not pretend feelings do not exist or deny them. You see them clearly, you name them accurately, and you stop allowing them to grab the steering wheel and drive the bus. At first, your mind is going to push back against this. Old patterns will tighten their grip on you even harder. That urge to react immediately will feel urgent and demanding. That reaction is completely normal. Each time you practice this approach, it works like strengthening a muscle at the gym. The space between something happening to you and how you respond to it grows wider and wider. That tight knot in your chest loosens faster each time. Over time, you stop feeling like you are getting dragged along by a strong current. You start realizing you can actually stand still and steady, even as thoughts keep rushing past you like a river. When emotions suddenly spike and shoot up, your vision gets narrow and tight. Step back from it. Ask yourself these questions. Will this actually matter next week? Will it matter next year? Is this something within my control? If the answer is yes, then act on it calmly and deliberately. If the answer is no, then release it and let it go. Anchor yourself firmly in the present moment. Breathe in slowly, breathe out slowly. Return your attention to your body. Return to this exact moment you are living in right now. You do not need to silence every single thought that comes through your mind. Most thoughts will pass on their own naturally, like wind moving through tree branches, if you just let them move through without grabbing onto them. At Stoic Daily, we believe you are not the same thing as your thoughts. You are the witness standing behind them, watching them go by. In that awareness, real freedom starts to begin. What is one thought you have learned to watch instead of automatically obeying this week? Share your experience in the comments below. 7th lesson. Train your mind every single day to beat negativity. Mastery is never just one single moment where everything clicks. It is a discipline that gets built quietly, day after day, like a blacksmith shaping steel into something strong. Not with one powerful strike, but with hundreds of strikes, sometimes thousands of them. You have already learned how to step back from your thoughts and observe them. Now comes the real work that matters most, showing up again and again, especially when the storm comes back around. Clarity and calm are not permanent achievements you reach once and keep forever. They are skills that need training the exact same way muscles need training at the gym. Most people go searching for a quick fix to their problems. They look for a quote, a video, or a sudden breakthrough moment. But that approach is like lifting a weight one single time and then expecting the strength to last forever. It is like forcing a beach ball underwater. You can push emotions down and suppress them for a moment, but the second you stop pushing, they come surging back up even stronger than before. The Stoics never tried to run away from difficult feelings or escape them. They trained themselves to meet those feelings head on. As Epictetus said very clearly, no great thing is created suddenly. Real growth works exactly like roots growing underground. It is slow. It is repetitive. It stays invisible at first where no one can see it. So start with something small. The next time anxiety shows up in your life, do not fight against it or try to shove it away somewhere. Question it instead. Ask yourself, will this actually matter in 5 years from now? Pay attention and notice how the intensity begins to shift. Notice how fear starts to shrink and get smaller when your perspective gets wider. Bring this into your actual practice. Picture yourself standing before an important presentation you have to give. Your nerves start rising up. You have two choices here. You can freeze up, or you can train yourself. Use the Stoic exercise called Premeditatio malorum. Imagine the worst thing that could realistically happen. And then ask yourself this, even if that thing actually happened, could I survive it? Could I learn something from it? Could I recover and bounce back? Most of the time, when you really think about it, the answer is yes. With repetition and practice, courage begins to grow inside you, and that sharp edge of fear starts to get duller and duller. Create a simple ritual you do every night, just 5 minutes before you go to sleep. Write down what made you feel anxious, angry, or uneasy during your day. Ask yourself these questions. What triggered this feeling? What story did my mind tell me about what happened? What could I choose differently next time this comes up? Over time, as you keep doing this, patterns start to reveal themselves to you. Old habits lose their tight grip on you. Your recovery becomes faster and lighter each time. Training your mind is a lot like brushing your teeth. It is not dramatic or exciting. It is maintenance. It is hygiene for your soul and inner life. The truth you need to understand is that there is no finish line where you stop. You will not ever reach a life where nothing ever bothers you or gets under your skin. But you absolutely can reach a place where nothing controls you anymore. Progress is not about being perfect. Progress is about practice. It happens one honest pause at a time, one written reflection at a time, one deliberate choice at a time. Eventually, your mind transforms from being an obstacle in your way into being an ally working with you. At Stoic Daily, we believe conquering negativity is not about never feeling it show up in your life. It is about learning to manage it properly. It is about learning how to feel things deeply without falling apart. How do you train your mind each day? What daily practice keeps you steady and grounded when negativity comes back around? Share your ritual in the comments below. This journey was never about turning your mind into cold stone or running away from emotion completely. It was about learning how to move through storms and come out the other side stronger than before. One honest step at a time. That is how you do it. Overcoming negativity does not mean you will never feel it again in your life. What it means is that you have built enough space inside yourself to feel what you feel, pause and take a breath, and then choose your response. So emotion becomes a compass that guides you, not a cage that traps you. Take a moment right now and look at what you have actually gained through this process. You have learned how to spark calm from deep within yourself. You have learned how to direct your attention where you want it to go. You have learned how to challenge the stories that once pulled you off course and threw you off track. You have learned how to name your emotions so they work for you instead of working against you. This is what the real work looks like. It is not about chasing perfection that does not exist. It is about practicing awareness, practicing reflection, and practicing choice, day by day. The most powerful shift happens when these tools stop feeling like techniques you have to remember and start becoming habits that feel natural. And when habits settle in and take root, they become part of who you actually are as a person. Mastery does not get forged during easy seasons when everything is going smoothly. It gets built in storms and difficult times, not when life feels calm and peaceful, but when you manage to remain steady while chaos moves all around you. That is the Stoic way of living. You become your own anchor that holds you in place. If you received this message and read it, please pass it on to someone else. There might be someone out there who needs to hear this even more than you realize right now. Drop a comment below. What is one practice you are committing to today to steady your mind and keep yourself grounded? Hit the like button, share this post, and subscribe to get more daily lessons in clarity, strength, and inner peace.